chance to hear it, so let her tell it. People on the streets say Sabrina speaks. Tune into the show, she will let you know. Tell all your friends and family. Real talk is no joke. You get the news straight up from grassroots and concerns. You hear some people gone. So tell all your friends to tune in to
Good evening, Cayman. I'm Sabrina Turner, and welcome to Sabrina Speaks, your daily dose of clarity, truth, and community insights. Every weekday from 5 to 6:30 p.m., we're tackling the issues that affect you, from national headlines to grassroots concerns. Whether you're in traffic or winding down your day, this is your chance to hear it straight and speak your truth. So buckle up, Cayman. We're not holding back.
This is the show. We gotta let you know. Now we got to go.
And now here's Sabrina.
Good evening, everybody. Happy Friday. Oh my gosh, it is Friday. Another episode of Wind Down Fridays right here on Sabrina Speaks. And you must be saying, oh my gosh, what does she have on? Yeah, I am feeling the Carafesta vibe today. Yes, I am so excited for what's about to take place this weekend as we cruise on in and prepare to celebrate our Caribbean culture and in festival and arts and all that sort of stuff. So I said, you know what? Why not? Why not just come on out in my thatch? And definitely I have on the skirt as well, but you know how this is. And instead of what you're thinking, I did myself a little bit of swanky. Yes. So we're going to be sending out chairs for the weekend with some swanky today as we, let's do that. I think that's one Sandra can join in on as she recovers from her little, well, not a little procedure, but from her procedure. And I think she would have no problem in giving a cheers to this weekend. But it is indeed a pleasure to be back with you as we wind down this week. And of course, Sabrina Speaks, you know it. We got it here. This is a podcast where your voices rise, stories unfold, and inspiration definitely takes center stage, just like we're going to see later on this weekend. And I'll tell you more on that. But my most, part about this week is just honestly giving thanks. And I can't believe it's already August 15th. And, we're getting ready for all those persons who are coming back from summer vacation and all that sort of stuff. Holy crap. 6 weeks for the teachers and all of that have actually gone, and all of the great stuff from summer vacation. But yeah, I'm encouraging you now to grab your favorite wind down beverage and settle in as we embrace this show. So just a quick heads up, the content you're about to hear, including any discussions or opinions, either from myself or my guests, is intended solely for general information and entertainment purposes. It is not a substitute for professional legal, medical, or financial advice. And I want to encourage each of you to consult with a qualified professional for your specific concerns. Now, another heads up. Sabrina Speaks disclaims all liability for any decisions or actions taken in reliance on the information presented here. So again, it is indeed a pleasure to have you all with me here this evening. I'm hoping to be joined by some persons from that will be participating in our Carafesta events this weekend, and I am going to be adding those individuals shortly to the stage. So let's make sure they have all that they need in order to join me. And but it's been one heck of a Friday. And, let me just start off on this part. I want to really say that my heart goes out to all of those who are actually grieving the loss of a loved one. And, the pain of loss is a heavy burden. And in a close knit community like ours, it touches all of us. So I would like to send my deepest thoughts and also prayers to the family, friends, and loved ones of the motor vehicle incident that happened this morning. My thoughts and prayers go out to that family. And, in the face of incidents such as these, it's important to remember that you're not alone. And I encourage you all to reach out to your support networks, your friends, and definitely your family. And for anyone who's definitely struggling, there are also professional resources available. The Department of Counseling and Services and other local organizations to offer compassionate support and guidance. So as we navigate the journey called life, let's hold one another up with kindness and empathy. And let's also commit to being more mindful on our roads, not just the weekend, but at all times for the safety, not only of ourselves, but for everybody else. So again, my thoughts and prayers goes out to all of those persons that are going through a hard time right now. Yes. So Marshall, good evening. Happy Friday to you, my dear. It's a pleasure to have you here. Shaka Zulu, good evening. And the K-Man family. Yep. You're sending your shout outs. Miss Rose, good evening. It's good to see you here. Mitzi also. Yes, you like my wide brim that hat. That's thanks to Miss Jane of the Georgetown Central Scranton Committee. She gave me this. She gifted me this about 6-7 years ago, and it's doing wonders. This is what you may have actually seen me and Matt Brown participating on for an event that we did with the National Cultural Arts for Gimme Story, where I hosted along with Matt. So I was happy that this is falling into place. And I got my traditional, that entire outfit that I wore there, I'm wearing that this evening just for all of us. Yes, good afternoon, Jim. Welcome. It's good to see you here. C.E. Banks. Good evening. And by extension, K-Man. Yes, what happened, Jim? Oh, about the news. Yes. Fresh Joe, good evening to you. It's a pleasure to see you here. No, I didn't announce a death at all. I said for all of those persons who have suffered a loss in general. And then I went into the motor vehicle accident that took place this morning. Our thoughts and prayers are with that family as they actually, navigate. But there's no death as I'm aware of from the motor vehicle accident. I was just speaking in general terms. Like I lost my aunt, I made mention of that. And for anyone who may have lost a loved one separate and apart from the motor vehicle accident, because I'm not aware of a death from that. But I'm just saying, be careful on the roads and let's hold that family near as those persons who were injured in that motor vehicle accident this morning. We send our thoughts and prayers out to keep them and be with their family. Yes. Hi, Dawn. Good evening. Yes, it is a pleasure to have you all here. And like I said, we are going to be joined by some persons momentarily, but, we want to just let you know that this evening, I just want to keep you abreast of what's going on here this weekend and to tell us more momentarily. I'll pull up on the stage here. I showcased this yesterday, but I want to remind you because it's that important that the Cara Festa Home Show is going to take place tomorrow at the Harkwell Theater, and that's August 16th. That takes place at 6 p.m. And I want to encourage you all to make sure you go down there. It is a free event, and I'm hoping that others will be joining me, as I said, here momentarily. And we will hear some more, hopefully, from some of the performers of that event. So yes, it's going to be hold on, I'm going to get the link here for my guests so that I can send this on for them, just to keep things rolling here this evening. Let's paste and send that. Let's paste and send that. We're doing multiple things here as we keep our show going and on this wind down Friday. So yes, that is the reason for the outfit this evening. I'm just trying to do my part in showing my appreciation to honor our culture and arts, because that's how we do it here. So yes, have a safe, Emma. Pleasure to have you here with us. And yeah, so we want to look forward to this event this weekend. And you notice that there has been also an update that we've had here. Great news, breaking news from our government in regards to the government. Strong reports for the first 100 days. And, you know, this is, oh, we got a caller here. Hold on, let's go. Good evening, caller. You're live on Sabrina Speaks.
Yeah, good evening. I say condolence to you about your Aunt Julian. I had know her, but you know that the nice lady, Miss Laureline Chin or whatever from the China Village, she died yesterday too. And I was
okay. My condolences go out to that family.
Condolences her and her husband John and all the family. Remember, her husband was, I don't know if he was a manager or assistant manager or something down at
Kirk.
And she died, poor thing. Yes. And I said that I was asking about yesterday. You pulled it out.
Yeah, I pulled it out today. I knew where it was, to be honest. I knew yeah, I knew exactly where it was, Michelle, to be honest, but that has resonated. Yep.
Okay, but some people ask me today when I went up and heard this too. What had your picture on my road on Wednesday for? I said, oh, that was my birthday. She said, oh, I thought they were. I said, well, what could be? I say, I'm wondering where they pulled them out from. And she said, that looked like that woman that comes and buy the chicharron. I went by chicharron. I said, yeah, they were celebrating my birthday. It wasn't nothing that I did, because I don't do people nothing.
Yeah.
They figured they had me out there for something.
Oh, Lord. Well, there's good things on the CMR platform as well. So, yeah. Can you imagine? There are good things, too.
May not speak, but you know how people is
inquisitive. No, that's all right. That's all right.
They want to think the negative, not the positive.
Well, we're keeping it real.
The mind out, the gutter, the gully, the rabbit hole, we're so bad.
Well,
they were celebrating my birthday. She said, oh, well, happy belated birthday. I said, okay, thank you, Mom. And, you know, how old you was? I said, I was 17. Then I laughed. I said, no, Mom, I was 71. Well, you don't look 71. I said, well, thanks for the compliment.
Yeah.
You look 71.
You look really good, to be honest. But thank you for sharing that with me. I've just got an image.
I don't use nothing on my face. My daughter buy me all kinds of things, but I can't be bothered. I'm going to use little perfume, little lotion, but not on the face.
Okay.
If I get wrinkle, I get wrinkle. I don't care that age. And I thank God for blessing me to be old. So who don't want to look at my monkey creases or my age face? Well, then do look at me.
Yeah, Michelle, I got a photo of Miss Lurline up. So from all of the CMRTV.com family, and of course right here on the Sabrina Speaks platform. We send our sincere condolences to her family.
What woman?
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah, they perfect. Like me, I always used to meet her for people buying a load like me, and she said, "You like me? You was a perfume person?" I say, "Yes, ma'am. My clothes can have holes once they clean, but I love perfume and jewelry. That's my weakness in shoes." And Elda Marcos from the Philippines, they used to call me.
Yes, thank you so much.
All right, okay.
Okay.
But that's a poor thing.
Yes.
Nice lady.
Thanks. Yes, for those persons, this is Miss Lurline that I have showcased on the stage. Everyone will know her from China Village. And yes, she has gone on. So we want to, again, from the bottom of our heart, send our sincere condolences to the family and all of those, the staff, of course, from there, China Village. You would often see her there, and definitely we actually have the same hairdresser. So I would often see Miss Lurline, and I know this has hit very hard to Carol over there at Slay Beauty Salon. And I know she was between Slay and Morna's for her nails. So, and it just so happens that we actually go to the same locations to get all dolled up and pampered. And it was always a different feeling in the air when Miss Lurline and I, especially at Slay Beauty Salon, when we would meet up, because she was even though she went through what she was going through what she was going through, whenever she was there with us, with Carol and Kaveen and everybody that is like a family to her at Slay Beauty Salon, it was something else in Miss Lurline, and she will be greatly missed. I will miss having those, and it was just so funny that whenever I had an appointment, Miss Lurline was usually there. So I would always bump into her. And yes, may her soul rest in peace. We're going to make sure we look out for those funeral announcements. So yes, but thanks again. It's all keeping it real here today on Sabrina Speaks. And we can go from one extreme to the next, but it's not that we're losing respect for our loved ones. And it's so rightly said, we are such a close-knit community that the entire feels it when we lose one of our loved ones. But we will be joined by a member from the Ministry of Youth, Sports and Culture so that we can hear definitely more. And I don't know who else will be joining her. I see her in the background and she's wondering, oh my God, she's talking to me? But you guys can't see her. This is funny as heck. But I'm going to put the flyer. I'm going to put the flyer up on the screen. I'm excited. The power of social media, of technology. It is just fun just doing this. And I want to big up Sandra, who, by the way, please send her love and hugs as she recovers from her procedure yesterday. But for her just recovering, Sandra doesn't shut off. She doesn't shut off, but thank her. God bless her little cotton socks for just being there in the background. And I'm arguing with her that she got to just try and recover. But the power of technology, and she's always there, ready to help, ready to teach. She's busting at the seams with teaching me how to get more and more comfortable. And each day as I embark on these shows, I honestly, I'm getting a little much better. I feel much better, but thank you so much. Without further ado, it is my pleasure to welcome to the Sabrina Speaks Show for the first time, Miss Vintisha Conley. Good evening, Miss Conley.
Hi.
Oh, I see we got matching hats.
So you brought me on and I could see you, and then I was like, oh my gosh, no, she has on a hat. I have to have on a hat. So I had to run and grab one.
That's Cayman pride, girl. That's proud. Well, it's a pleasure to have you here with us. Tell us what's going on. I mean, there's an event coming up, Cara Festa. Oh my God, I tried my best to do you all justice yesterday with Cara Festa, but it makes a world of a difference when we hear it from you, who's behind the scenes, who's getting ready, who the ministry is responsible for just going off as ambassadors to Barbados and showcasing all of our talent, along with other Caribbean aid region jurisdictions that are just converging from the 22nd of August over in Barbados. I wish I could join you guys.
I really wish you could. I actually wish we could, bottle up all of the Cayman Islands and take them over there. We are so excited to be taking a delegation of 84.
Oh, wow.
So I kind of got a little sneak preview yesterday in a group chat that I'm in of how many each country is bringing. And besides us, I think Jamaica and Bahamas are probably the other larger two, and Guyana.
Oh, wow. So that speaks volumes for us, given population size.
Yes. Minister Rankin has worked very diligently along with his colleagues to find us the funds to, take all of the artisans that we're taking, the musicians, the singers, the dancers, our craft artisans, and we are taking a delegation of 10 youth with us.
Oh, wow. That's amazing.
So, I mean, I felt a little down because I read one of them saying, oh, they're taking 50 of their youth. And I just said to myself yesterday after I read that, I said, you know what? It's 10 this year. In 2 years' time, I'm taking 52.
Good for you.
So, I'm really excited about exposing our culture and heritage as Caymanians to our fellow persons around the region, but also exposing our people to what is out there and how more we could, uplift what we know as our culture and heritage, and continue to teach and get it out to everyone who is Caymanian by birth or calls Cayman shores their home now.
Right,
So,
right.
it's all about collaboration and working together
Mm-hmm.
to make Cayman look like the gem it is in our eyes.
Yes, of course. Now, this year's themes for 2025 Carafesta is quite unique. A Caribbean Roots Global Excellence. That is so deep and powerful.
And it is that way because we now are moving from regionally in the CARICOM and in the Caribbean region to internationally. There
Mm,
is going to be a delegation from Ghana. There is going to be one from Brazil. I'm looking for the packet that they sent me here, but I think there's one from Argentina, and there will be one from Cuba, who isn't in the CARICOM, but is, in the region, and for the first time will be joining. So it's international now, is what
right.
Carafesta
It's going
is.
outside of the Caribbean region and going
Yes.
across
And
the
especially
different.
because with Ghana, a lot of our Caribbean roots
Right.
start on that western end of Africa.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
So, touching base with that, and then we can see where, in particular, for someone who doesn't know, that cassava root that we call our staple, that we call, almost our national vegetable,
Mm-hmm.
our starch, it has its roots in Ghana.
Yeah. Wow.
So, making those connections is ultimately a lot of what Carafesta is about. And I mean, it's my first time going.
Really?
And yeah, I know. I said, when the minister first sat me down and he said, okay, so I want us to go to Carafesta. And I looked at him and I went, you said Carifta wrong. I said, because I know Carifta. We've hosted Carifta. I've been to
Yes.
Carifta. And he said, no, not Carifta, Ventisha, Carifesta.
Uh-huh.
And so, of course, I had to, pull up old Google
Mm-hmm.
and say, what is Carifesta? And I'm excited to go to be a part of the immersion of not just our culture and heritage, but everyone
Mm-hmm.
else's that's going to be there.
Well, I know you're looking forward to not only going, but being able to showcase exactly what we offer here in the Cayman Islands. How are you? Is there a charter? Can other people join? I know you said there's a total of what, 84, 85 persons. What if there wants to be a chairing squad that wants to join? Is that an avenue? Is that a possibility?
So our charter closed today
Oh,
with our
darn.
partners at Cayman Airways. Very, very fantastic partners. And we thank Paul Tibbetts and the girls there in the corporate unit who were very diligent with this. But we did have to close off today because
Mm-hmm.
they've got all the necessary paperwork that has to be done between
Mm-hmm.
now and next Thursday that we're
Mm-hmm.
leaving. And the charter isn't just carrying the delegation. It
Okay.
is carrying a host of people who are going from here to there for Carafesta to cheer us on, to be a
Nice.
part of it.
Nice, nice. Well, this is
So
an opportunity for all the people from Barbados that are living here want to go too. So it's a 2-for-1 for them.
it is. There are a number of people. The Barbadian consulate, Miss Juliette Gooding, reached out and she said, okay, if you've got a charter going, I've got people who want to go home.
Nice, nice, nice. Well, I know one thing you can't beat me on today, or you can't join me on because of what we're going to talk about. I got me a glass of swanky. Look at that. Look at that. Uh-huh. Yeah, I had to do it, girl. I had to do it. I had to
I
rub it
only
in.
got a little bit of water.
Because it's a wind down Friday here on Sabrina Speaks Girl, and we got to have something. But I thought, why not keep it traditional today and do swanky? And I'm just so happy that I could actually just feel what it must, or what I'm anticipating and looking forward to tomorrow, because much anticipation, I'm quite sure, is building for Carafesta home show at the Harkwell Theatre tomorrow. So tell us more about that.
So we do want to give everyone here a little taste of exactly what we're carrying to Carafesta. And in years gone by, I've learned through the tutelage of Henry Matu, what exactly he put into Carifesta with when they were previously going. And one of those things he liked to do was the home show. So at Carifesta, there is going to be a country night. So each country gets an hour to showcase their musicians, their dance, poetry, all of that good stuff. And so we have an hour to do that. And that is what our home show is going to be based on. So we're carrying the Cayman Islands folk singers. We are carrying Heat
Nice.
band. And we are carrying dancers from the Cayman Islands National Dance Company, as well as the UCCI Dance Company.
I know I spoke to the doctor. She was trying to get on. I sent her a new link, so maybe she may be able to join us, even if it's by phone, to let us know what they're actually going to be showcasing as well. But yeah, UCCI Dance Company is one of those persons, and hopefully they will join us later on. But I'm excited.
I am so excited. And the home show tomorrow, we did rehearsal last night, and I just sat back and I looked at the fact that this was a bit late planning.
Yeah.
But I think as Caymanians, we work better under pressure, and we pull it together so magically when we've got a tight deadline and we've got a star to prove, if I can say it that way.
Right.
We're never going to put a bad face forward. We're always going to bring our A game. And watching rehearsal last night, I was thankful that everyone who signed on to be a part of this has said, you know what, I'm going there and I'm going to showcase Cayman to the best of my ability.
Right.
And so that's what tomorrow night is about, giving Cayman a taste of what we're taking there, so they know, how we're going to go out and represent Cayman with pride.
Now, please note, everyone who is seeing this podcast, it's free.
Yes. It is a free show. We've made it into a 2-hour show, even though the country night in Barbados is just 1 hour. There are other events that they'll be performing at. And so they've got more pieces that they, are going to showcase. So we've made it into 2 hours. The first hour is going to be exactly what we're going to do on the at the country night, which is going to be on Wednesday of, not next week, but the week after, Wednesday the 27th. And then the second hour is a mix of other pieces that we're going to be doing. And one of the nice things about it is that we pull everything in there. So we're also a member of our delegation is Jazz Pitcairn. And everyone will know Jazz is one of those filmmakers who have put Cayman on the map. And her film Ivan is going to be shown at Carifesta. So of course, tomorrow night at the Hartwell, we'll have a 10-minute trailer of her show, her film, the Ivan,
Right.
On the big stage, so everyone can see exactly, what we're presenting for Cayman.
Yeah. Now, don't mean to cut you. How are these people selected to actually go as their, I know you said it was a last minute thing, but how are you able to select who actually go to represent the Cayman Islands on a national stage of this nature?
So it very much being last minute, very much actually being the summer. So a lot of people were, heading off for summer vacation and everything else. So it really was looking at availability.
Okay.
Those persons who didn't have their summer plans kind of nailed down in the sand and could say, okay, yeah, we're going to be here. We won't make any plans and commitments outside of preparing for this, because originally we did want to carry Swanky Kitchen Band with us, because they do complement the Cayman Islands folk singers, and they do complement Heat also. There's a tradition and Heat is doing all of their original pieces. So right, there was a mix there. However, some of the members of Swanky had already had their summer plans nailed down, and it would cost too much to change those. So we were like, okay, not this year, but let's plan for next 2 years. We've got time to build on that. And again, with the artisans and the dancers, it was availability. Because we tend to want to make sure that everyone is included in it. This time around, it was really up to availability. What we are
Right.
planning for 2 years from now is
Yes.
that we'll hold auditions
Nice.
and have a full, Cayman Islands National Dance Company group. So it'll be under one name. Same thing with the music, though we'll still look at, okay, there's the other bands that we can take too. But this being my first time organizing this, me and my team were very thankful that people could say, yes, we're going to commit to this and we're going to give it our all.
So this is very important for us to show up tomorrow in our numbers to not only cheer on those who have actually been able to go away and in this role and perform and showcase the Cayman Islands and our talents. But it is very important for us to show our Caymanian pride. We constantly hear it on so much platforms. I think it would be a good showing tomorrow, despite persons, like you rightfully say, who may still be off island because of summer, but there are a lot of persons who have returned already. And we're hoping that, even for those visitors who are probably seeing this live stream, that they actually show up tomorrow evening and they can get a taste of who we are as Caymanian arts.
Yes. I mean, this, like you said earlier, this is a free show, completely free.
Yeah.
We partnered with the Cayman National Cultural Foundation. They've given us the Harkle free of cost. So we put it out there free of cost, so anyone can come. I think I said it on the radio a couple of days ago. You're coming out. Bring mama, bring daddy, bring grandma, bring everybody but the dog.
Right.
So,
Yeah,
bring
they
your
don't allow
neighbor
pets.
who's got nothing else to do on a Saturday night. Bring them over.
Yes.
So yeah, it's going to be a fantastic night, and we are very much looking forward to the Carafesta home show.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to the Cayman Folk Singers, I think, will be going as well.
Yes.
Yeah. Now they have some traditional Caymanian pieces from Mansa Boat straight down, and I like their theatrics. There's Verdley, and there's another gentleman there that, oh yeah, they're really their whole posture and everything.
So you're talking. Wardley has done a little piece for us that we put on our social media, talking about how he's taken his kick up, which is what he's famous for, to Barbados, and maybe learning what they got over there. But of course, he's going to show them how to do the Wardley kick up.
Aye. Well, that should be a very interesting clash of, even though we're so uniquely alike, but we all have our own flair as a Caribbean nation, to be on being politically correct, small island states. But it should be interesting to see how this all gels together on one stage, the diversity, but yet it's still so unique because of us being Caribbean people.
Yes. And for example, what I've learned being in the Ministry of Youth, Sports, Culture, and Heritage is that at least 4 other Caribbean nations have some version of the quadrille.
Wow.
Bet you didn't know that.
No, I didn't know that. But that's a did you know fact, fun information here. I had no clue.
Yeah. However,
and they called it quadrille too.
They might. Some of them do call it quadrille. Some of them call it, their step dance or something like that. However, our quadrille is the one that has, I don't want to get it wrong, because Tanissa Barnes, our head of heritage, would
she would eat you alive.
She would if I got it wrong. So we have 6 figures and 8 counts.
Okay, in steps.
In steps. So I know one of them has 4 figures and 6 counts. So
I would have no clue.
I've got
that's
2
sad.
left feet.
No, that's sad.
I've got 2 left feet. So if we could have like a quadrille dance off, you would be able to see the difference between each country that does something like that. So it's those unique things that we're going to go there. We're going to showcase our own quadrille, but we're going to see, there's a difference between ours and Jamaica's. So it's, learning from them as well as giving them and showing them our culture and heritage too.
So what would you like to pretty much leave with us today? If there's anything else, what's going on that we can, if there anything else that's upcoming? I know your focus right now on just getting Carafesta out of the way, but I'm quite sure we're more than welcome to showcase all the happenings as it pertains to our local culture. We want to keep that alive here and all the happenings that are going on. What is to be anticipated?
Okay, so coming up in the next couple of months for the Ministry of Youth, Sports, Culture, and Heritage. So we've got Carafesta. We've got to get that out of the way. We've got our Yes Symposium for our youth coming up in September. In October, which is Older Persons Month. We always have our Older Persons Talent Show. It's going to be at the Hartwell. Again, it's a free show. And this time it's, our older folks having the time of their life, sharing their talent with us. We love that show.
Right.
That's October 20th. So you can mark your calendar for that. The Cayman Islands National Folk Singers have their annual concert coming up on the weekend of the 24th, 25th, and 26th of October at the Hartwell. And then, of course, that leads us into our big hurrah at the end of the year. So Pirates Week was announced last week by Ministers Rankin and Deputy Premier Ruddy. And so that's going to be the 8th to the 15th of November here in Grand Cayman. And then the 21st in Little Cayman and the 22nd in Cayman Brac. And then we're going to cap the rest of the year on December 5th with our Christmas in Cayman talent show. Nice. So that's our choir talent show. I'm putting it out there so people can start getting it out. And we're going to start putting stuff out on social media so that we can start getting registrations in. But that is our huge talent show that we have at the end of the year. First prize is always $2,500 for, the best youth choir. And then also we open it up to the adults.
Nice.
So
a jam-packed calendar for you leading up. I can't believe that I said it at the opening. Today's August 15th already. And it's pretty much the end of summer. But of course, we're climbing into the peak of hurricane season. But technically, people are ready for the holidays. This is the beginning of holiday season.
Yeah.
So it's amazing how time is flying.
It was like 22 Sundays to Christmas, and I was just like, not
yes. Oh my God. Saying it like that, it's even closer. Sounds even closer.
And that's why I was like, I'm not. I can't be 22 Sundays away from Christmas.
It's really not a lot, to be honest. It is August 15th.
But so on December the 5th, we do our Christmas choir competition here. And we take that same competition to Cayman Brac on the 13th of December. And I will say this year, one of the things we have added for Older Persons Month is we're going to do the Older Persons Month talent show also in Cayman Brac.
Oh, nice. So definitely all of these things will be on your website. And again, once it's out there, we will do our best to make sure that on this base, we also keep persons informed and updated as to everything that's going on. But, recap about Carafesta, going to Barbados, and it's your first time to Barbados, is it?
It is. Yes, it is my first time to Barbados.
You beat me.
I'm looking forward to trying a little
flying fish. Yes, and the fish cakes that looks like what we call hush puppies.
That's what I've been told. So I'm looking forward to, having a bit of their cuisine and seeing what is like ours and not like ours. And I'm really excited about it.
Heard that there's, me, you got to do the wellness side. Why does everything surround food? There's their fast food joint, which is like, I guess, their version of KFC, Chefette.
Chefette. Yes,
Yeah,
I've been told by
yeah,
a couple of Barbadian friends that I gotta get some Chefette and try
Chefette.
them.
But some people would actually says, "Oh God, no! Stick to the traditional stuff." And Oystons. That's a place to be on a Friday night. I'm understanding Oystons.
I
It's a fish. Yeah, like
I've
they have
heard
pretty
that.
much transformed what you would see like a traditional fish market into almost like a Bayside. Just going back to Miami, like a Bayside. I follow them on social media hard, but yeah, it's amazing what they and the pride that they have in Barbados
Yes.
is just like, oh my God, they are so proud of who they are, their culture. They're constantly into their flags, all their colors. They're just at the end of Crop Over, and now they're going from Crop Over to Carafesta. So it's like it's always partying in Barbados. I'm
Yes,
like, do these people work?
it seems they don't, but I mean, right now, as far as I know, they're actually having to build one of the grand market areas for Carafesta. So
Oh,
that is going to actually be opened for Carafesta.
uh-huh.
It's like a 24,000 square foot marketplace.
Oh, wow.
So I'm really looking forward to seeing what kind of infrastructure they have there for Carafesta. Mainly because the minister has dropped a hint about possibly, in the near future,
Oh, I hear where you're
okay,
going with this. I hear.
you hear. And
Yeah.
so, a part of going and being immersed in all of this is actually taking a look at exactly what their infrastructure looks like and what they're hosting at the different venues, and trying to match in my head. Okay,
Hmm.
so I know we've got the Harkwell, I know we've got the John Gray auditorium. What else do we have? So a lot of it's going to be a cultural experience for me, but it's also going to be a learning and
Uh,
seeing, you
takeaway
know,
as well.
yes.
Yes, yes,
So,
yes.
any way that we can continue to promote Cayman
Well,
and our
that would be
culture and
huge.
heritage and
That would be
bringing,
huge. Hmm.
yeah. So if by chance our sitting government right now in the next 4 years decides, Cayman is going to host Carafesta, I'm gonna walk away from Barbados and go, okay, this is what I know
Nice.
we can transition, and this is what I know we're gonna need.
Right, right, right. Well, I know that that particular minister, Minister Isaac Rankin, he's huge into arts. So I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised, to be honest. I wouldn't be
Yeah.
surprised if he pulls it off.
Well, at this point, it's gonna be hard for me to tie his hands and have him sit back and relax and watch and be a supporter, because in 2019, which was the last Carafesta before, of course, COVID
Right.
upended our lives, he was a lighting tech
You see?
with the Cultural Foundation.
Hmm.
So he is going to be there, going and I can see him going to be going, that you got to
Critiquing.
change that. So it's going to be, I'm going to put someone on him and say, keep him seated.
Just separate your technical expertise and just enjoy. Immerse yourself in the talent.
So
Yes.
yeah, it is. He's very much very proud of the team we pulled together, and how it is that this ministry itself has been bringing our culture and heritage to the forefront in every Caymanian home and every Caymanian thing that we do.
Yeah. And definitely for those of you who are hearing about Carafesta and wanting to know, well, what is the Cayman Islands bringing to the table tomorrow evening at the Harkwell Theater from 6 o'clock? If you're just joining us, and I know a lot of you tune in at different points, Carafesta Home Show. And it's a free event taking place at the Harkwell Theater. And we have Ventisha from the Ministry of Youth, Sports and Culture here with us this evening. And I'm so happy that she took time, despite all the chaos that's going on, to just be able to promote this event. People may say, well, I didn't hear about it, but, look, we're doing it now. I showcased it yesterday, and you still have time to change your plans. It's in the evening. Like, you can, yeah, it's not a
Get
hard thing.
get all your stuff done in the daytime.
Yeah.
5 o'clock, take your shower, get dressed, head on down to the Harkwell join us for a couple hours and relax.
Yeah. What are you most excited about?
Oh,
Just
everything. Everything.
because
I've
you
been
saw what's going to be showcased.
yes. It's like for me, sitting back and watching the productions on the stage, I'm in awe of the talent,
Yeah.
the raw talent that the Cayman Islands has, and the hidden talent
Mhm.
sometimes that we have. So I'm looking forward to all of it. I'll sit there with a kid, that look of a kid in a candy store.
Nice.
That'll be the look on my face
Good for
tomorrow
you.
night, and watching our people in Barbados over the next week or 9 days when we
I'm actually
leave.
jealous. I'm actually jealous that you beat me. I'm actually jealous.
Well, hey, I might could squeeze you on the flight if you
No, it's
want to
too
come.
tempting. It's too tempting. I have, this is a new life, even though it would be great to host a show directly from over there. But yeah,
So, and on that, to say that we will be carrying our media team will be going
nice.
with us. So, keep watching our social media spaces, because we're going to be posting literally daily, on the hour, on several times a day. And anytime we can live stream something that is happening, we're going to be live streaming on our Facebook or on our Instagram pages. So
Well, I'm throwing it out here for you. Sabrina Speaks Show is Monday to Friday from 5 until 6:30. September, we're going to be here until 7. Any evening with at least some notice, we don't have a problem of sending you and just doing something very quick like this, so that it gives us a feel. You can give us an update of how it's going and just share with us your experience. I'm quite sure we would love to get those updates throughout the time that you're over there. You all are an hour ahead, I think, over there.
yes.
Barbados will be an hour ahead, so that is a good little thing for us that you can then give us a recap. Or who to tell, you may be able to pan a camera around and we could do a stream. I don't know. But it's just to keep those who were not able to join you on that charter and be there in person, to keep them connected along with all of the posts that you'll be doing on your platforms as well.
Sure.
So that's a free invitation from us here, just to keep the community engaged and connected. And nothing beats this type of exposure to you. It gives you even further reach. We not only showcase Cayman, we showcase Barbados, we showcase all the other Caribbean countries, because we are streaming, and people from all over the region and the world actually tune into this show and all CMR TV platforms. So yeah.
Perfect. Count on it. That is something we would definitely jump in and do once we're over there.
Sure. Well, Vintisha, this is your opportunity. Final words. I know we've said that, but it's just so much to pack in. It's just so much excitement about Carafesta, about our home team going over there to Barbados to represent us, and they are definitely putting on our our show to preview what they're going to be showcasing over in Barbados tomorrow evening for free. But again, this is your opportunity.
First and foremost, Sabrina, thank you so much for, saying, hey, I've got this half hour, 45 minutes. Come on, let's talk about this. And I'm glad I could find that little time in my day, because I'm actually going to run when I get off the phone with you here. But yes, thank you for helping us to promote this upcoming travel to Carafesta 15 in Barbados. And I do invite everyone to come out tomorrow night to the Harkwell, 6 p.m. It's a free show. Come out and see what we're showcasing in Barbados, and give the performers and those persons who are going a hug and tell them best wishes and good luck as they head over to represent our country with pride and passion.
Right.
So yeah, thank you so much, and I'm just welcoming everyone to come out tomorrow night.
Vintisha, it has been a pleasure being able to give you this platform to inform and definitely to keep the public informed about what's going on. And I'm hoping by means of this podcast that you will have a jam-packed room tomorrow evening.
From your lips to God's ears.
Thank you so much, my dear. All the best, safe travel. And we're definitely going to keep in touch while you're over there in Barbados.
Thank you so much, Sabrina. And yes, we
Thank
will.
you.
Have
Take
a great
care.
evening. Have a great
You
evening
too.
to your audience.
Thanks. And there you have it. The phone lines are open 936-8255. We had Dr. Monica Lawrence from UCCI that were supposed to join us as well to let us know what they were actually going to be showcasing. But if for whatever reason she's unable to join me by the link, she's free to call 936-8255 and get to hear firsthand of what UCCI Dance Company will be showcasing. And, I personally want to encourage everybody to go out there. Yeah, let's see who joined us while we were speaking. Barbara G, good evening to you. Hey, Miss Connie. Yes, you're driving, but your ears, yeah, you can't type though. And I don't want you to do that either. Miss Livana, see, hats off to Ventisha Connolly. I admire the way she always involved in things Caymanian. Yes, that's true. Ventisha has a heart, and that entire ministry, to be honest, there were a few doors down from me on the 5th floor. And it's like when you walk straight down that corridor and you ended up before they moved. When you got down there was a real different vibe in the air. You saw thatch, you saw rope, you saw different things, everything that brought us together. They really showcase Caymanian pride in that ministry. So kudos to the entire team there, the minister and you got an excellent team. And let me tell you, they love all things Caymanian. Now there's no telling about that. And Miss Barnes, oh geez, you heard she's like a sergeant major when it comes to getting it right. She'll tell you exactly the true ingredients for cassava cake. She'll tell you exactly what the traditional colors are. I mean, that woman, she is a drill sergeant when she comes, but hats off to you. And I hope that I did you justice this evening, showing up in my Caymanian wear. Jasara, good afternoon. Good evening to you. Yes. Maureen Williams, yes, it is a pleasure to have you watching with us. Alexa James, oh, you're from the United States. Wrong site maybe, but yeah. Miss Rose, go Serena. Richard, the Harkwell Theater should be packed tomorrow night. It's free. I'm hoping. I would be there if you were on island. Well, Richard, yeah, you can tell your friends who are to go on and log on to hear it for themselves. And yeah, let's try to fill that place tomorrow. But I'm excited I'm actually going, just for the record. I'm not going to be in this, but I will definitely be there to cheer them on. Now let's switch gears a little bit and hoping to invite your participation in this because it is Wind Down Fridays. We take it a little lighter here. We are not showcasing musical artists today, but like I said, if Dr. Monica still wants to join us, she feel free to call in and we will just stop whatever discussions we are actually having and just entertain her call 936-8255. Just switching gears a little bit and of what's happening in the community. I don't know if you've seen the Mosquito Research and Control Unit is ramping up their efforts against the mosquito surge after all the rain. And I know that I've experienced that as I take the dogs out or just going outside after dusk. And, we shared here when we showcased one dog at a time, day before yesterday, in regards to pets. Now we have to do a heads up on that and you protecting yourself as well. There's, I think, more forecasted rain, and we all know what that is, what can happen with that. So we want you to be aware that they're out there. Take care of yourselves and your pets as well when you're out and about, and definitely give them their heart guard. So we want to make sure that everybody is safe during this time. And I got to get an image up here because of what I'm going to speak about in a short moment. Yeah. So, yeah, that's MRCU doing their work. I know I have heard here in Prospect, the fog truck's out, and I want to thank them. Kudos to the team of the MRCU for doing their job. And I have seen them as well going around in visiting people's yards to see where they're standing water. And you can help yourself as well by making sure that if you have plant pots, old tires, or a simple cap from water bottles and stuff, anything that can collect water that is not moving, stagnated water, these mosquitoes can lay their eggs and they can hatch. If the water keeps moving, then it makes it hard for the mosquitoes to breed, to lay their eggs. So be cognizant of bird baths, that sort of stuff, any trays that you put under your big plants outside. Make sure that even after you water them and there's any residue that comes out of your plant pots, to just make sure you dispose it or use a paper towel to dry it up, because that will help keep the population of mosquitoes under control. I also want to bring up important heads up. You may have seen warnings from the Cayman Islands Monetary Authority about fraudulent online firms. And this particular image I notice has been coming up on YouTube especially, that states this trust finance, and there's a picture of myself and the CMO and Mr. Wayne Panton, that Wayne has launched its newest platform, Trust Finance, that aims to help families become wealthier. Now, ladies and gentlemen, for everyone who's here, that's a lie. It's fake. That is fraudulent. I have gotten a number of messages because of my picture being there, that to make sure that it is, whether or not it's real. And it's amazing how some people were more inclined to go by that because they saw my picture. No, it's false. Monetary Authority has been notified. There's an article in Cayman News Service that says this has been reported. I have personally reported it as well to the various sites. And do not even click on the link at all, because that is false. There are a number of there's even an image on nomination day with Mr. Panton and two of his nominators with the same branding. And this particular fraudulent posting is using different pictures that are in public social media spaces to promote it as though it is Wayne Panton's investments and how quickly you can get return back on your money. If you see this at all, don't click on it, just delete it. But the authorities have been notified. There's a press release out on it as well by one of our local media sources. And so don't fall for this. Just like there are a lot of phishing emails as well out. If you know, for example, that you are not, let's say, a customer of a bank. We have a number of banks. If I am not a customer of a particular bank and I get an email stating that there has been a thing in my account, if I don't bank with that particular bank, I'm not going to open that email. I don't care how tempting it is. So I just want to, this may be one fraudulent thing that showed up on YouTube, but there are other forms of scamming that is happening, and you can easily fall for it, especially here in the Cayman Islands, when they're using pictures of local people that you can connect to, that you can relate to, and just don't fall for it. But I can publicly say this is false. Caller, you're live. Good evening.
Sabrina, I saw that came up on my thing, but I didn't see the picture with you or nobody, Halloween, but I figured that was fake.
Mm-hmm.
And but I never click on that, and I seen it on my phone on Facebook.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, but that's not true. That's some scam out there. I want you to, to probably scam your phone again, like how they have did me. So I wouldn't pay no mind. I figure who giving you anything or who trying to help you. In this day and age, them that, like I said, or them that got it, try and get more. It's one of the poor people that would probably get a piece of bread or a cup of tea. So I never mess with it. But coming back to the mosquitoes, what you say is true, because after last night, the fog I must say, they're doing a good job, because I've been to get VIP treatment with MRC United just now from time we had the donkey, because the mosquitoes used to be killing him.
Mm-hmm.
But I was going to tell the other day too, when she was saying about with the dogs, what we used to do, because right now I got some I needed dump. I used to keep a coconut that I huck. I keep the coconut hucks in a bag, and we used to, I have one little stand up grill, because I didn't want to burn it, on the ground to burn out my gas, but we used to put the hucks in that, in the lap of smoke, and put, close in that. Smoke runs on too.
Mm-hmm.
But because you remember years ago, when I had no when I come here in the 60s, that mosquitoes were thick. They never had no fogging machine or no clean or nothing like that. People used to what I call a smoke pot. I call it a little bucket because I used to smell like a caboose when I go outside to pick plums for the dummies and things like that. So that the smoke is good, but they were after last night, and then they come on the road for certain parts of my yard. They can't come by the bog, but they come on the road and they fog that all there, and they fog I get VIP treatment after last night. They won't have a only certain ones will do it. And when I saw them that they went down, my husband said the fog out, and I said, well, I need them to come in. Fog like everything. My friend and my son and some friends sit down the night, and I wave at him, and he come, and he was telling me go in, because I run in quick, like down the front stink, and they good. So after last night, and then sometimes they send the plane, because I remember my 54th birthday, I believe, was our how get together, and the mosquitoes will take. We want to have a party, and the head of the MRCU told me, Shelly, you do worry. He said, we can take care of you, and they send the plane out, and they send the fog, and not one mosquito walking. But up in here is prone, when they had the things setting, has prone as a bad mosquito area, but like you say, I don't really keep no buckets. I got buckets and things outside, but I make sure they turn down. And any little thing I see, if a little pond or somebody throw a can in the yard, not get water, because I know that it will harbor mosquitoes. So I always make sure that I'm not outside catching no water.
Yes.
To harbor no mosquitoes, but they're doing a good job.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
And if they tell me, if they don't come up in here, and I feel that it's excess, I got one of the guys that works on the trucks and thing, and then I got a boss number, and I'll just call him, and whoever in this area, he'll just send them. So kudos to MRCU, good job.
Thank you, Shelma. We got our guests.
I'll Sam a VIP with them.
Thank you so much. I'm quite sure they love the love.
Our good friends and Plentiful.
Yep, they love it. They love it.
Plentiful.
Thank you so much.
They're having something out town this evening. You don't know that? They're having something out there, because somebody called me and asked me, is something out in Cardinal Avenue from 4 to 8 or something?
Oh, I don't know. I'll double check it. But I have the doctor from UCCI that's going to be joining us to tell us what they're going to be showcasing tomorrow. So leave us there, please.
Unit to office, and they're having something out there this evening.
Yeah. Thank you.
Oh, all right.
All right. Good evening. Good evening, Doc. How are you?
I'm very
loud and clear. Thank you for joining us. I know we just had Miss Vintisha on, but Miss Dr. Monica Lawrence is part of the UCCI dance company, and she and a lot of the dancers from a UCCI dance company will be going to Barbados to represent the Cayman Islands next week. It is a pleasure to have you here on the Sabrina Speaks Show and to tell us exactly what's in store for you guys and what you'll be showcasing over there.
okay. Generally, we will have the Cayman folk singer doing an assortment of folk songs. We will also have Heat, the band, popular band in Cayman. And among the performers, we have the collaboration between the Cayman National Dance Company and the University College of the Cayman Islands Dance Company.
Okay. Now, why was it so important for you all to actually be showcased and go over to Barbados and represent the Cayman Islands in Carafesta?
Well, this is our third year at the university representing Grand Cayman, and it is important for us to share our culture. Although we're all Caribbean countries, we have similarities and we do have differences. And it is very important that the students get a chance to view, interact, and to see other cultures on display. That's the only way they will actually learn, outside of the classroom.
Right. So they will actually be performing dance routines, correct?
Definitely so. UCCI will be performing 3 major works. One, which is the quadrille, Cayman Quadrille, but of course it's staged for more entertainment on a concert stage.
Mm-hmm.
And the other is Mia Sad Mia, which is a poem that was done by Mr. Roy Borden.
Mm-hmm.
And what we have done is that we have incorporated technology in terms of moving pictures, the poetry, and dance to depict,
Mm-hmm.
and that speaks to Cayman society, how we are. And the other item is Bacchanal, which is a fusion of the Caribbean folk
Mm-hmm.
form that we will be presenting today.
Now, I'm knowing with something being as close as next week and all the rehearsals and all of that sort of stuff, you all will be showcasing your pieces tomorrow at the Carafesta Home Show.
Definitely.
I'm quite sure they're excited to actually get their feel and that's preparation prior to going to Barbados, but it has to be a different feeling when you're presenting and showcasing your talent to your home base. It has
Yes,
to be something uniquely special about that.
definitely. On two levels. On one level, we have the backing of our locals that will cheer us along. But as I said to my dancers, remember, you do not have any friends in the audience when we go international. So you have to be even better than you are at
Mhm.
home. So it's a nice introduction, but it's a friendly space, you
Correct.
know.
Mhm.
But they're ready for the international part of it. They're ready.
Right. Now, how do you feel this opportunity will impact the careers and even artistic development of these dancers in the company overall, and like what you rightfully say, getting this type of exposure?
Yeah. Well, uh, some of our students are alumni, meaning
Mm-hmm.
that they have gone overseas, they have got their first degree, their second degree, and they have come back to participate within the dance company. So
Mm-hmm.
that's a very interesting concept. That means that there is something there that is continuous in their development.
Right.
And we have other students that are very new that are actually going to the festival for the first time.
Mm-hmm.
Now, actually see, okay, if within classroom, you telling them and teaching them is just not enough. They actually going there, seeing for themselves, analyzing for themselves, also meeting the
Mm-hmm.
artists is also very
Mm-hmm.
essential to their development.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the things too is that when they showcase their talent, what is common or what they're accustomed to, and be able to listen to the reaction and the
Mm-hmm.
critique of it, that will help them to grow. You
Right.
see, because just performing within your home setting is a very friendly atmosphere.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It's very different going
Right.
out.
Now, what kind of collaboration or even, let's say, cultural exchange are you most looking forward with each other artists and the delegations from across the Caribbean? Because there's so much other Caribbean jurisdiction that will actually converge on Barbados.
Okay, we have different plenary conversations. We have meetings with workshops that they will attend. They will attend different performances from different
Mm-hmm.
companies, as well as they will be performing with other companies. So they're
Right.
able to see firsthand what other people are presenting.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that interaction is very important, especially the different lectures that they will
Mm-hmm.
be able to listen and participate in, and the
Right.
workshops. So, in other words, they will have different techniques within and different dances within the Caribbean. Because remember, in Cayman, we might have quadrille. in another country, you might have, the Kumina in Jamaica, the Garabenta. There are so many different traditional forms that they can, really learn
Right.
new vocab form.
Now, tomorrow is a much anticipated Cara Festa home show at the
Yeah,
Hartwell. We're constantly repeating this because it's that important for
it
emphasis.
is.
What can
And
Canadians
and
help?
for the locals to come out
Yes,
and
yes.
get a taste of their culture, because the folk singers, as I said, they have a wonderful arrangement of the Cayman folk songs, with movement, and that we have also the Cayman National Dance Company. They will be performing, and we have Heat, the orchestra.
Right.
So it's a one just in just one show you see a whole different genre of Jamaican
Right.
culture.
Caymanian culture.
Cayman, I'm sorry,
It's okay.
Cayman.
It's fine.
Sorry.
So, what is the one thing you want to take away from this home show? What would you want people to leave with? I mean, there's one thing of coming and having a sense of pride to showcase what we will be sending international. But what is the one thing you want them to take away from the home show performance tomorrow evening?
Apart from a sense of pride, I want them to be educated and to understand that Cayman has a culture. We have a culture. Very often people say there's no Cayman culture, you know. So
I'm
I
so tired
really want
of
them
hearing that.
to
Yeah.
leave there knowing that
Mhm.
we are presenting things that are indigenous to us.
Right.
Because we can't go international and be showing them somebody else's culture.
Correct.
We have to explore our own. So,
And there's a sense of pride that comes with that. And many
yeah,
times it's like we're
definitely.
almost
Yeah,
ashamed to say
yeah,
where we are or where we're coming from, which leads to the very venue. What is then the significance of performing at the Hartwell Theatre? Pretty much it's a venue for the arts here in the Cayman Islands, but also what does that mean before you take on your work on a regional platform? That too must be a huge significance. There's a sense of respect when you hear the word Hartwell Theatre.
definitely. So it's a historical site, I mean, for the arts, and it's a totally different feeling within a theater setting as opposed to outdoors. It lends itself to more magical lighting, sound, everything. And it's very intimate,
Right.
So being at the Harper is a big deal.
Now I'm going to put an image up here. These are such vibrant colors, and here as well. Can you just
Yeah.
explain if this is something that can tease, so we can tease people with the eyes? Can you tell us what this image is?
Actually, this was an original quadrille that we did. But what we have done is that we have changed the colors to depict the red, green, no, to predict the red, white, and blue.
Okay.
So that is part of the quadrille. But
Mhm.
to tour, we have gone strictly Cayman colors,
Okay, good. Mhm.
and that's important. And the other picture that you saw was Bacchanal, which is a pop pure of all the vibrant colors that you see within the Caribbean, with our flowers, our trees, our everything. So it's the vibrance of the Caribbean that you see here. Yeah.
How does this make you feel from within, knowing that you are one of those guiding principles in developing the arts here in the Cayman Islands, and now opportunities like this, and even reminiscing, looking at images like this, and getting this opportunity to showcase the UCCI Dance Company on an international stage, but also as ambassadors of the Cayman Islands. There must be a personal sense of pride.
There is, but my sense of pride is the development of the students. How are they looking at the arts now? How that I want them to come away with a respect and knowing that this is their culture. This will allow them a lifetime, education. Not just going to Barbados, but the arts in general fosters that. It's a lifelong education. And
Right.
also too, within the Cayman Islands, where we are so unique in having so many different nationalities, the arts give us a sense of tolerance and understanding for other people.
It's almost like the Olympics. It brings us
Precisely.
together. Yes.
Precisely.
Just that the
Precisely.
Olympics is a sports, track and field, and otherwise, this
Precisely.
is in the arts. So
Yeah.
yes, amazing,
And you
amazing.
know what too, Sabrina, is important is that when you take these youngsters abroad, it forces them to come to terms with their own culture, their history, their heritage, everything. Because people are going to ask them questions. Where's Cayman? I've never heard of that. Where is so-and-so? What is so-and-so? So it forces them to gain knowledge, and to be able to defend and to talk about, because nobody wants to hear about another country.
Correct.
Man,
Correct.
So in a sense, that in itself is educational and a sense of pride that they will gain.
Well, Dr. Monica, I want to thank you so much for taking the time to be with us this evening. And if there's any closing words or encouragement, the support even in the arts and the culture here on Sabrina Speaks, we have a wind down Friday every Friday, and today is wind down, which is why it's an honor to show the arts and culture here. But from the conversations that I've had from musicians who have been featured, they want to definitely. We have seen a change in the respect, the more a more cohesiveness in that sphere in this industry, but there's still yet much more work to be done. I'm hoping that being able to showcase yourselves like this internationally and just harness that more collective as one, because we are small island states. We have to do a little bit more before you can get the Bob Marleys, the Rihannas of the world. You understand? And I'm not really into the names, but you get where I'm going from with this.
Yes, definitely.
That takes a sense of unity and collaboration, but charity also begins at home.
Yes, yes. And a sense of pride.
Yes.
Yeah.
Which is why I'm hoping that tomorrow evening that the Harkwell Theatre will be packed with persons to show Caymanian pride in supporting all of you that are going over there as ambassadors to Barbados. And, I want to thank you for so much for your time and sharing your excitement as well, because I can hear it.
Thank you so much for having me. It was a pleasure, Sabrina. Anything to foster and to excite our people is important.
Yes,
to wake them up to something new and creative. So I hope they do come out. It's about an hour and a half long, and it's wonderful entertainment. They will not be disappointed.
Yes. But thank you again so much. Do have a wonderful evening. I'll look forward to seeing you tomorrow, and definitely more of the performances. Not that I don't want to see you, but yeah.
You still in the audience.
Yes, definitely. But I'm looking forward to being there tomorrow evening as one of
Okay.
those to cheer you guys on. And all the best. Safe travels to Barbados. We
Thank
will
you
be
so
touching
much.
base. I just spoke with Ventisha. We will be touching base with you all as even when you're over there in Barbados. So I'm looking for some
Fabulous.
pictures as well. And feel free to send me pictures as well that you may capture. I'll be
I
more than
will.
happy to share them here as well.
Okay. Thank you,
Have a
Sabrina.
good evening. See you
Okay.
tomorrow.
Okay. Bye.
Yes, there you have it. Wow. We could pivot very quickly here. And that's what it's all about on Wind Down Fridays. And I really hope, to be honest with you, that we all go out and we show our support, even though these are some of the students from the UCCI Dance Company. Dr. Monica Lawrence has put in a lot of work there. I have seen these performances, and they do great. I like their work. And tomorrow just gives us a sneak peek as to what they will actually be showcasing. And let's really show it in our numbers. Let's just do it. It's going to mean so much to them before they go off to Barbados. Yes. So we are saying almost end. I know we're almost to the end of the show here this evening, but you know, I want to just go into saying summer farewell and pretty much new beginnings. And even though parents and students and educators, yes, it's almost time for many of the relaxed summer schedules and, to be over, we can actually, some people are actually feeling a little fatigued and back to school. For parents, how are you helping your kids transition? And, going back to making sure the kids go to bed on time, making sure that you get all the supplies for those of you who are overseas. I know the parents pack lunch and all this sort of stuff, getting those uniforms sorted out and all of that. It can be a bit frustrating. And, just getting them prepared, getting back into that routine. Some of the most things that I know a lot of us are not looking forward to is the traffic. Yeah, that in itself can stress you out. But, beating that vacation mode, getting back into some sort of normalcy. So many of us just get wrapped up in the incredible summer vacation that it's, to be honest, that feeling of returning to reality can sometimes hit hard. Like I know personally, when I went on vacations and normally it was 2 weeks when my kids were smaller, and it's almost like 2 or 3 days before it was time for vacation to end that reality hit. I swear to God, every part of me ached. I got headache just knowing you had to go back because that was way deep embedded in the back of my mind that reality hits. And, I'm quite sure it's a bit frustrating for the students as well, because it may be a mix of excitement, maybe a mix of going back to see their friends, looking forward to a little nerves. They may be going to a higher class. They may have a new teacher. They may have had friends that have moved on or gone away that they're not going to be seeing anymore. It can be a mix of emotions for both parties, not only the parents, but for the children. And we want to be cognizant of that. And, there are lots of specials going on for those of us who didn't travel for the summer. There are lots of specials going on, lots of tips and ideas. I'm seeing all of the supermarkets got different specials and stuff for packed lunches and lunch kits and that sort of stuff, and tips and ideas for snacks and that sort of stuff. So making sure that the outfits are prepared before the night before, establishing consistent these sleep schedules that you can't. Parents, let me just speak to you. Isn't it amazing how when the children, some of them, some kids, not all, like I shared here, I had two personalities in my house. During the summer, those little buggers, they're up early. They don't want to sleep in. But yet, when it's time for school, it's like they're dragging, they're moving at a snail's pace. You're telling them to get their shoes, put on their shoes. You're making sure they get breakfast. They're making sure they have their bags packed, and something is always forgotten home for after school activities. Isn't that weird how during the summer they can be up before you, but when it's time for school, they can't get up? It's just amazing. But kids, it it can be a bit daunting and frustrating. But what aspects of back to school is causing the most anxiety in your household? It would be interesting. And what logistics, like academics and even social dynamics, are you actually panicking about? Is it after school activities, or, like I said, panicking about the traffic and all that sort of stuff? But yeah, it's totally normal, let me just say, to feel a bit down and after a great trip. Let's say it's a new scenery, a different surrounding. You would have saved up to go on excursions, tours. Maybe you went to a total different country. You learned about different cultures and all that sort of stuff. It is normal to feel down after a great trip. But just how you had to save up for that, because that was a carved out time for you to spend quality time investing in yourself, investing in your family, going out. Let's say if you did a lot of staycations here, I just went and visited a friend who was on a staycation, and it was a change in scenery, to be honest. And even though I didn't fly off, I can only imagine what that feeling was like for them just staying at the resort. But you're adjusting from vacation mode, which is again normal to feel down because you were in vacation mode. Somebody has to pay for the vacation, and you're switching back to work, and in some cases, school mode. And then you'll have those college first timers going back. You're leaving home for the first time and maybe going overseas. And it's mix of emotions. Parents come with the harsh reality. Oh my gosh, I can remember you having your first day at school, and now you're going off to college. And it's either I'm going to the airport to see you off, one parent's going off to see you off, or both parties are going to see this new adult going off to live in a new country for the first time, living on campus. And the hardest thing to do is when you turn your back and you say that goodbye and you know you're leaving them there. And that in itself must be so heart-wrenching. But again, it's just letting them go free because they're becoming their own. But don't beat yourself up, dads, especially if you cry. That's normal. That's fine. Separation, seeing your little one, because don't matter how old they get, you're always going to see them as your little babies, your little sons and daughters. But when it's off to college and university, especially the first and second time, you can't wait for Christmas holidays to come so that they can come home, or you go and visit them. And that's normal. But I can tell you from experience and from other friends as well, hearing it, it's not unique to you. Every parent, every household, even the younger siblings who are no longer here, or that they actually have separation anxiety as well. And even though they may have squabble as siblings do, they do miss their older siblings when they go off to university and college, if they're doing that, their tertiary studies in a different jurisdiction. So it's okay to have your emotions show. Don't be a macho and don't do it. It's fine. It's healthy. But acknowledge those feelings, and it's okay to feel them. And how you do cope with this post-vacation blues is key. You just take your time and just be realistic. Give yourself pretty much a buffer day, maybe a buffer day or two. Jumping back into work if possible. Give yourself 2 days, just psych yourself out. Like, plan something fun to look forward to soon after returning, and even maybe a small barbecue or something if the weather holds up, because then you're already back home and you could do maybe some grilling in the evening or something. Keep those vacation memories alive. Like, you could do a slideshow to reminisce and all that sort of stuff, but you're doing it from being back home as you recalibrate to reality. Create a journal or something, share stories with your friend, maybe over the barbecue grill. And as you do that in your own space, reestablish healthy routines that will quickly get you back into the realities of life. But yeah, It is one thing that we have to switch off because we can't be in holiday and vacation mode, even though I've got to repeat it. I actually envy the group that's going to Barbados because I have been following them on Crop Over 2025, and there's going to be no different. I'm going to follow Cara Festa as they're over there in Barbados. And that country looks like there's always something going on. It's always a party there. It gives diversity. And even though I'm looking at that jurisdiction, showing their national pride and all that sort of stuff with their arts and all of that sort of stuff, we can do the same thing here. And I'm looking forward to tomorrow's evening showcase of our talents here. And I hope that you do as well. But, I'm going to have a jam-packed week next week. We know that we are pretty much at the peak of the hurricane season, and preparedness is key. So, we're going to spend some time one of the days of next week just, looking at this topic, being prepared. I'll share with you some information, some images so that you can get accustomed to the different warnings and all that sort of stuff. And this is not to alarm, but to pretty much empower you with the knowledge so that you're not panicking should there be a tropical system in our area. Like, have preparedness plan and all that sort of stuff. Practical reminders, like just reviewing your emergency plan if you have one. It's okay if you don't have one. But each week that you go to the supermarket or however you do your shopping, it will be good to just pick up an extra few of tin stuff, cleaning products like your Clorox cleanup, that sort of stuff, and your paper towels, your toilet paper, and tin foods. And we'll have all of the checklist. We will have some checklist as well for you so that you'd be able to not be caught off guard in making sure that you're prepared. I think I can pop one up here. Did I just pull randomly off the NOAA's checklist? Yeah. So for those of you, this is a sneak peek. We will have some with the Cayman Islands branding, and you can go to caymanprepared.com for all the latest that is actually relative to us here at home. But this is a quick prepared checklist. You can tweak yours for yourself, but these are like essential. To be honest, because this one even has some COVID stuff. But if you're going to be, let's say, in a public shelter, which is why I didn't mind showing this, if you're going to have to go to a public shelter and you may be immunocompromised, or, large crowds is not the place for you, and you have to go to a public shelter if you don't have a family or friend to go to, this list that is up here on the screen, I hope you'll find it informative. But we have some other images as well that I will be sharing with you when I actually delve into it, that is unique for Cayman. And many of times, we will have our little ones. This one was quite interesting that I found on our website, on our local website, in regards to remembering the tiniest of us all, the babies. To when you're packing those emergency kit supplies, think about the needs of your baby, including the smallest one, including formula, Pampers, baby food bottles. And you don't know how long you may actually have to be away from what you call normal. You don't know if your place where you're leaving is going to be damaged. So for especially these little ones, you want to make sure that you have double supply of stuff. So you want to make sure that you go over and beyond there. But yeah, I will delve more into that for you next week. But it has been a pleasure being here with you again on this Friday, Wind Down Friday, as I finish my swanky. And I'm... and it good too. But yeah, as we delved into next week's, I am excited over that. And we're going to have some new guests who will be joining me. And I'll share the topics with you over the weekend. I'm excited about that as we continue to build this space. And I got to honestly just thank you all for, let me share. We got to celebrate. Look, the Sabrina Speaks Show has made level 3 thanks to Facebook, acknowledging and recognizing all of the great work and participation of each and every one of you. Again, Sabrina Speaks has knocked it out of the ballpark this week, and we are definitely rising on the front. And I want to publicly again say Thanks to Auntie Sandy for all of her training. And oh God, she's a drill master too. But yeah, it just shows the dedication. Let me tell you, this is not for the faint at heart. I'm going to be very honest with you. It is not as easy as just coming here and speaking. You have to make sure that you research. There's constant behind the scenes work. You have to make sure that you have content. You have to make sure that you have not only have the content, but content that is making sure that it's pleasing to you and it matches what you want. So it's not as easy one thinks. And, when you actually meet these expectations from Facebook, that Facebook actually recognizes you and puts you as the rising star, it's something to honestly be proud of, but it would not be possible without your participation. And again, the help and support continuously that is given by the CMR family. And that's shout outs to Miss Sandra. Even on her sick bed recovering, the woman is still training and teaching and, kudos to her. And I want to publicly thank her. But most of all, your participation, you following the pages, you liking, sharing, subscribing, engaging, thumbs up, hearts, whatever you're going to do, keeping engaged is what allows us to be able to continue here in this space. Very soon, we'll also be on radio. So even if you join us at a later time, this will also be far reaching because this will be broadcast live by radio. So it is indeed my honor. I am humbled. I am honored for all of the continued support, all of the messages of gratitude that I'm getting on social media fronts and in personal messages. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Until Monday, unless I see some of you tomorrow, which I'm looking forward to seeing some of you tomorrow, if not all of you. I want to wish you a very good weekend. Please be safe on the roads. Please, please, I beg you, take your time on the roads, please. And if you're under the influence, don't even think twice. Call a friend, call a family member to take you home. We don't need any more issues on our streets. Until Monday, have a blessed Friday, a fabulous weekend. And God bless. It is indeed a pleasure.
That's a wrap for today's edition of Sabrina Speaks. Thank you for tuning in and for being part of the conversation. Remember, the dialogue doesn't stop here. Stay engaged, stay informed, and most importantly, stay empowered. We'll be back tomorrow at 5 p.m., same time, same place, right here on CMR TV and radio, where your voice matters and your truth is heard. Until then, K-Man, take care of yourself and each other.
That's it for today's edition of Sabrina Speaks, where your voice matters, your story counts, and your truth is always welcome. Join us weekdays from 5 until 6:30 p.m. right here on CMR TV as we dive into the topics that matter most to you. Catch the show live or on demand at cmrtv.com. And don't forget to follow us on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram so you never miss a moment. Until next time, stay informed, stay engaged, and always speak your truth.